Hello everybody and welcome to the Apple Art Show. In this video I wanted to talk about Photoshop use, more specifically layer use. Now as we all know, Photoshop is a great software. It is used all around the world for digital art, graphism, and a lot of other uses too. When I got into digital art, I was using Manga Studio 5, which is now Clip Studio Paint, I think. I quickly shifted towards Photoshop. I personally love the software better. I think it has a lot of good tools for creating digital art. Now, when I started doing digital art, I always used to paint using an enormous amount of layers, which isn't a bad thing in itself, but it was like one layer for the shirt, one for the pants, and then once I'm done with everything, if I'm creating a character, I do one layer for the shades, one layer for the lighting, and then that's it, right? And it isn't a bad technique. I still do it when I'm doing cartoony stuff, but I always wanted to do more painterly artwork. Then one day, one of my art teachers gave me an exercise to upgrade my digital art technique. And he told me try to do an entire painting using only one layer. Now, at the time, I was way too lazy to try and do it. But eventually, later on, I actually decided to follow his tip because I'm an art head. And it ended up being one of the best exercises I use to improve my art. When you're doing artwork traditionally, you don't have like that Control Z option, right? You're just like drawing, and if you make a mistake, you either erase it or you try to do something with it, draw over it. If you're painting, maybe add some paint over it, or you know. But on Photoshop, you would tend to just add a layer and go over it. And that's the use of a software. But what I'm saying is, if you try to paint using only one layer and then correct your mistakes on that same layer, I know it might be like boring, or you feel like you're taking more time to do something that could be done easier. But all in all, it helps you explore more of the software's features. It helps you explore with colors because you're not just canceling out everything that you just did with a new layer. You're trying to work with what you have. And when I try it, I still use more than one layer, but instead of going like, okay, then I'll paint the color on this layer and then add other layers for shading and lighting and whatever, I'll just try to do it all on a normal layer using the colors and maybe using some of the tools to help with my rendering. This exercise helped a lot with my process. Instead of thinking about what tool I'm going to use or what layer option I'm going to choose, my process is way more fluid. I just treat it as if it was a normal canvas and I couldn't add any layers on, and then I use the layers when I really feel like I need it. You don't have to do it all the time. I just think it's a great exercise to do if you're trying to improve your artwork or your digital art technique. Here's how this exercise helped me. Instead of thinking about the layer composition and all of the options and all, I'm really thinking about the content of the layer. Instead of thinking that the layers are going to fix my problem, I go and fix it myself, and I try to mimic the multiply layer using only normal layers. And I find that when I use multiply afterwards, it's way more convincing. Ever since I started painting this way, using this exercise, I've really grown a lot as an artist. I'm talking about my art technique. Painting over every single time, and really going into paint in the details instead of using color dodge, multiply, and whatnot. It really helped me to understand more of how colors work, and I feel like I got better with my blending and my lighting. Anyway, I think this is going to be all for this video. Thank you for listening to me all the way through, if you made it all the way through. I'm rather new to YouTube. I mean, I've made other videos, but I haven't been posting consistently or really being present in any kind of way. But I want to remedy that, so I'm going to be posting a lot more videos of my digital art and my process, and I'll try to give better tips too. So if you can give me a follow and maybe comment, that would be really much appreciated. You can also check out my Instagram, link will be in the description, and also my website. Other than that, thank you for listening and have a great day.